Hi everybody, Avana Intuitive here on December 25th, 2025. I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I mean everything. I really hope that you get everything you want and, enjoy the holiday, enjoy your family, your friends. I'm enjoying my family and friends, and it's nice to take a break and step back and just to give thanks and gratitude for all that we have. So that being said, today I am doing our weekly energy reading for the week of December 25th, 2025. And I am using the Star Tarot by Cathy McClelland. I am going to pull a clarifying card from the Elemental Oracle. This is Stacey DeMarco. And then we're going to do a 3-card pick with the Messages from the Angels Oracle cards from Elana Koverman. I actually met her in a training that I did a couple years ago, and she stated that she had done these cards, and so I bought them, and they're very beautiful cards, very beautiful messages, and that's what we'll do our 3-card pick with. It's always fun when you can actually meet the people that actually have made the cards. I don't often, of course, get that opportunity, so that's kind of interesting. So here we are. I'm shuffling this Star Tarot, and let's look at our weekly. And you know what? A card just fell out, and I love it. I'm going to keep that card because it just, like I said, I can see it. It's a beautiful card, and and we'll get the message. We'll read. We'll do a little bit of a deep dive, and here we go. So, weekly message for December 25th, 2025. I also want to remind everyone, and I'm sure I didn't say this, but this is for entertainment purposes only. And please like, share, and subscribe, as it does help the channel. All right. And now I picked the cards that we have here. I'm going to pick a clarifying card. This is a deck, this Elemental Oracle, that I don't often use. So we'll see what we get, right? Give us a little more clarification. So the first card that we got, this is the card that I saw, is this Ace of Pentacles. And I'm going to read from the book what the author with this good grief. I believe it's Cathy McClelland. I believe that's her name. Yes, we'll see what she actually has to say about that. Then we get this 2 of Swords. And then we get the Knight of Swords for this week, with our clarifying card being magnetism. And it just hit me that it's interesting. We have 2 cards with swords, which are metal, and then we have a magnetism card. And on this card, it does say, it says attraction, number 37, which is a 10, which means we are kind of at the end of a phase, getting ready to start a new one, much like our Ace of Pentacles card, right? I love that. So let's see what we have for Ace of Pentacles. Let me make sure I get to the right page. All right, so we have a beautiful image. It's almost like, the star here. And this says that this is for the astrological signs that are associated with it are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. The element is earth. The lunar cycle would be a new moon. Season would be fall. The key phrase is the gift of manifestation. The Ace of Pentacles is the highest manifestation card in the tarot deck. This is manifestation, and then this, don't forget, is magnetism. But anyway, here we go. It brings the opportunity and energy to be successful, experiencing wealth in your internal and external worlds. The Ace of Pentacles promises success and happiness in all ventures. It symbolizes the magical path of the labyrinth. The labyrinth's path offers one access to the secret garden of the divine, the Garden of Eden, communing with spirit and returning to the physical world, bringing back the gifts of the communion to create one's own heaven on earth. Yeah, creating our heaven on earth. This gift of physical and spiritual connection is always available. The key to the Ace of Pentacles is blending your spiritual ideas with the world of matter, creating something unique to you. The gift of this ace is manifestation. I'm going to skip around a little bit, but it says the Ace of Pentacles asks you to pay attention to the path you are walking. Is your mind, heart, spirit, and physical working together in harmony? Take time to ask, see, listen, and feel. Meditate and integrate the information you receive. When the Ace of Pentacles enters your life, good things are on the way. The planted seeds of your dreams and visions begin to blossom into manifestation. Good fortune, prosperity, abundance, and security are coming to you. Conditions are excellent to launch new ideas and projects. The supportive energy offers an opportunity to change things for the better. The Ace of Pentacles brings financial gain, wealth, success, security, and stability. It symbolizes the body and soul working in balance, bringing recovery and well-being. It indicates a lasting relationship that continually deepens. The Ace of Pentacles inspires you to work with the land and nature as it brings grounding energy, creating peace in your inner and outer worlds. It's very, 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 very beautiful. Now let's find, okay, so we have that. So we know, I think we know a lot actually. It really is a new beginning and a new fertile beginning. Now let's find the Two of Swords. Let's look at page 78. Oh, there we go. Let's see what we have here. I do apologize. I never know what cards I'm going to pull, so I can't look this up, in the beginning. So, Two of Swords. With the Two of Swords journey, you start to search for your true self and personal power. The heart and intellect are trying to find a peaceful balance. Things felt in the heart don't always match up with the intellect's vision. When the mind or heart are torn, there is no peace. The physical self goes through the daily motions of life unsettled. Inner conflict grows, and there is a great need to still the body and quiet the mind, allowing the intuitive feelings of the heart to speak its truth over the clamor of the righteous mind. Wisdom of the heart and clarity of the mind need to merge equally to bring the right choice or action to move forward on their journey. The key to the Two of Swords is learning how to see and judge with the mind while listening to your heart wisdom. The gift of this card is knowing and speaking your truth from a place of balance and power. I'm going to read one other paragraph here for the Two of Swords. I love this message. The Two of Swords signals a withdrawal from the problems and distractions surrounding you. Meditation or taking time out to settle emotions in the racing mind is a good step. Your mind may be going over and over the different facets of the situation, unable to come up with a solution. A choice or decision has to be made, and you wish the situation would just go away. The Two of Swords brings truce or reconciliation to a predicament by maintaining an inner balance of the heart, which is your soul, and the mind, which is your ego, and getting in touch with your core values. It assists in the reconnection to your personal power and inherent wisdom. Seek the combined vision of the heart and mind. All answers are within. Love it. Love this. Okay, so we have this beautiful Ace of Pentacles and we have this Two of Swords. And it's almost like we have a decision, but our decision will be like with our mind and our heart. I love that. And then we go into the Knight of Swords. Let's see what we have here. Let's see the court cards. Okay, here we go. This book is broken up by actually each the minor arcana and the major arcana, which, the court cards, whatever. So we have the Knight, and this is the Knight of Swords. And here we go, Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is the warrior of the intellect. He is a channeler and messenger of the divine source and a master at creative and intuitive thinking. His goal is to integrate his inspired thought into the world of action and matter. He is an intelligent and gifted problem solver who is knowledgeable and able to integrate many ideas at one time. His sharp mind is articulate and direct. The Knight is a vessel for divine intellect. The Knight of Swords is the message of divine light and truth that slashes through any dark or shadowy confusion. His light breaks through limiting and stuck patterns, opening up the mind and soul to the higher realms of thinking, allowing the divine connection to channel energy that heals that heals one's karma. The Knight of Swords is our champion who bridges the two worlds of spirit and matter. He brings great clarity and healing to our troubled minds. The Knight of Swords is courageous, brave, and spiritually inspired. Of all the knights, the Knight of Swords is the most willful and aggressive, wanting to fight for the highest ideals and highest good. He is an honest and straightforward competitor, symbolizing fairness and leadership. The intentions of this Crusader Knight are to create new horizons of inspired thought patterns and spiritual evolution that serve humanity. His motivation is to act from divine truth and purity, bringing justice, protection, and healing to those in need. I'm going to say one more sentence here that I just glanced down and saw. There's a lot more here, but when the Knight of Swords breezes into your life, there will be a dramatic and sudden change. A big shift is coming that can spin your life in a totally different direction. It can bring healing or a profound aha, or can hit like a lightning bolt, pushing you out of your comfort zone, forcing you to look at a shadowy aspect in your life. Or he can indicate a life-changing event. The Knight signals the onset of insights and inspirations that will move you into new creative directions. He brings clarity to the mind and solutions to challenging situations. When he appears, it's time to pay attention, staying focused on a plan or a concern. Don't allow yourself to be distracted. The Knight signals a time of travel and changing residence. All knights stand for the beginning of a love affair, and the Knight of Swords indicates someone entering your life who is about to sweep you off your feet. So, there we go. So we have beautiful, new, fertile beginning, right? Bringing together all those energies of ours, and all of our senses and all of our energies to move forward. We have this Knight, or this Two of Swords, really the heart and the mind working together with our belief systems and our visions and our love moving forward. And this is coming in, this Knight of Swords, just saying, yes, I have the highest of ideals for us, and I'm going to cut through the darkness and the shadow and really move forward. And then we have 37, which is this is the magnetism card for this. This is, again, the elemental oracle. So this is our clarifying card. And it says attraction. Know your values and needs so you are more aware of what your true attractions are. Do not run with the herd. Notice what or who you attract. Is this your intent? There is always nemesis, which is opposite energy, for any endeavor you might take. This should not bother you at all. This should not bother you, as it is a natural law. Magnetism, one of the most obvious elemental physical phenomena, is a highly active force. A magnetic field is a vector field that describes the magnetic influence of electrical charges in relative motion and magnetized materials. Magnetism is used in a huge array of technology and extensively in electrical engineering. The word magnet comes from the Greek term magnetis lithos, meaning lodestone. The Greeks noticed certain stones would attract iron. Magnetism was studied the world over, and it was possibly Petrus Pellegrinus de Mericourt in France in 1269 who most clearly demonstrated the idea of magnetic poles and fields crossing in 2 points by using fine iron needles on a magnet. He described magnets as having north and south poles, which were revolutionary. Models of magnetism were created and studied all throughout the 17th, 18th, and 19th centuries. In 1905, in his paper that described relativity, Einstein demonstrated that both the electric and magnetic fields are part of the same phenomena viewed from different reference frames. The Earth itself produces its own magnetic field that shields its ozone layer from destructive elements such as solar winds. The Earth's magnetic field is used in navigation and is measured using a compass. Magnetism as a field in medicine is growing, with MRIs in common usage and transcranial magnetic stimulation in the testing stages for treatment for problems such as depression. We walk through and are a part of fields of magnetism every day of our lives. The idea of being magnetically repelled or attracted to something or someone is an old but enduring one. It is important that you know your needs and values so you can make wise decisions upon what you can be attracted to and why. Wow. I didn't know magnets had that much control over us or had that big of a role in our lives, but you know what? It really does, right? Because here we are. We have this Ace of Pentacles, again, as I was talking about. Listen to who we are. Know there's a new fertile beginning, right? Bringing in everything that we, even our shadow side, what we love, what we fear, just bringing it all in and knowing, where do I go, right? We have all of this. And then what direction do I go? What directions do I go out in, right? Can be one direction, can multiple directions, but it doesn't matter. And then we have this Two of Swords, bringing, what does my heart want? Opening up. It's not always what our mind wants, right? It's what does our heart want? What do we want? Quieting our mind so we can open up our heart, and opening up that heart to hearing the message of who are we, who am I, what do I want, where do I want to move forward, right? But it's also the mind, because our mind certainly is part of this whole, plan. And then this Knight of Swords, like this lightning, right? And then these two cards with like this, this magnetism and this lightning and this just cutting through where we need to be in the highest vibrations, right? Of truth and justice and moving forward. And I just love it that we have this beautiful, energetic, like power to like move our vibration forward and to be magnetized. What attracts us, right? Where do we want to be? What attracts us, and how do we want to get there? Because we have every opportunity to do that, and we certainly have the power to do that. So there you go, my friends. That being just a very powerful, energetic reading for this week. And now I'm shuffling the messages from the Angels cards. This is a 3-card pick. And thinking about, what message do we need to hear from our angels, or would we like to hear, or just what message from our spirit guides that might help us, right, to just move forward and just feel good, and just say, yeah, that really makes me feel like yes. All right, so here we go. And what message are you interested in? And you might be interested in more than one or all three. It doesn't matter. So, but here's card 1, card 2, card 3. Think about which card resonates with you, and don't think too hard. If you picked card 1, here's your message. Love is everywhere. Begin to recognize even the smallest acts of kindness, which are love, and you will begin to notice more love come into your life. It's all about love, isn't it, my friends? If you picked card 2, here you go. And it says, hold on to the feeling of being blessed while working through life. Life will not feel so much like work. Yes, when we know how blessed we are and we give gratitude, right? I just heard too that, and I just heard this for this message, is taking time to really breathe and having those gratitude sessions, one or 2 minutes a day, just sitting down, recentering, and that gratitude. So hold on to the feeling of being blessed while working through life. Life will not feel so much like work. Well, that. And then card 3, here you go for card 3. Notice the beauty in nature around you, such as the sky and grass. It will help ground you to be in the moment and bring joy to your day. So if you got this message, it might be time to spend a little bit more time in nature, right? And noticing that beautiful sky and that beautiful grass. And there you go. All right, my friends, that is our message for today. I wish everyone a beautiful holiday and a beautiful holiday season. Thank you so much for being here, my friends. And with that, I will leave you with Namaste.